Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome back to a new high-level game between MaxPax and Ratata. The Pokemon, of course, or our Zerg player here, a little Zerg player, taking the third base, or taking the natural on the third base location as MaxPax went for that early game block. MaxPax been playing a lot of different tournaments lately, seeing a lot of his replays. I like the style he's currently on. He rotates a little bit, but we see a lot of Glaive Adept openers. We see a bunch of Oracle stuff as well coming out of him into these kind of low gas follow-ups majority of the time. Aggressive play style that's, you know, MaxPax in a nutshell basically. And he's really gone back to his roots on that. Just a lot of the games kind of get decided in the first 5 to 8 minutes. It feels like to me, majority of the time. I don't see a lot of late games coming out of him. Ratata, on the other hand, is fairly similar. Also an aggressive player that likes to, you know, keep the games below the 12-minute mark, ideally, before the carriers come out, before the stormers become too high in number. So we'll see if he's going to be capable of doing that here, or if MaxPax is going to strike first. That's the beauty if you have two very aggressive players. Sometimes one of the two aggressive players will kind of take the passive role onto him and say, hey, I actually believe I'm better than you when it comes to a late game. And I just kind of want to take it there. We'll see what happens. But I know MaxPax is not that kind of guy majority of the time. And I don't think that Ratata is that type of guy either. So we're going to pay some close attention to that. And we'll divide the roles. We'll assign the roles based on what we see here. Who's going to be the aggressive one? Who's going to be the passive one? So far, quick Warp Gate coming out of MaxPax together with this Adept as well. And that is giving me strong Twilight Council vibes to start with. Whoa. Cancels the Warp Gate in the last second and throws down that Stargate. Second Adept should start immediately after as well. It's gonna be a Chrono Boost, so double Chronos here. Double Ling Run by happening as well. This is an exciting little start. Ooh. Adept is going to find this, but is not going to be capable of killing it. Second Adept is also not going to be out in time, as it requires about 7 more seconds. Lynx probably could have gotten in, but instead Lynx will just move towards the far right side of the map. This is going to make its way across. And double Adept attack is most likely coming in soon. Third Adept immediately on the way as we have our Stargate finishing up. And the first Oracle most likely kicking off within a couple of seconds. Second Adept actually never made its way across the map. That's interesting to note. This bad boy goes into the main. We'll take out at least one Ling, I think. Unless he really messes this up. No, one Ling will go down. No creep tumors to be sniped. Maybe one more shade into the third as like a goodbye present. Something you can do. No, it's not something he's going to do. Could have done it. Woulda, coulda, perhaps shoulda. But he didn't. And no, instead he's just going to go back home. First Oracle about to finish up. Second. It's a little bit of a supply block here for that third Queen. Second Queen is out. Second Queen is about to pop in the main base as well, as this Oracle is going to make its way towards the very bottom side of the map and then try to sneak into that third base. Sadly for MaxPax, there is an Overlord spotting that, which means that these Queens should be in position, but Ratata not paying attention. Where are the Queens? Queens completely not where they're supposed to be. They ain't quite where they think they were. Oracle does go down though. 4 drones go down as well. Good trade for Ratata. An Oracle for 4 drones is something that I think a lot of Zerg players would be quite happy with. The second Oracle hits the pitch. We'll have to wait and see if if this bad boy is going to be capable of doing a little bit more. Of course, these two Adepts can also shade forward and deal some damage. Where are the Lynx? Are they in position? There are 6, and they're, well, relatively in position. I think 2 Queens, 6 Lynx is fine to deal with a double Adept shade in. You're going to lose maybe 2-3 drones. If you micro this drone well, maybe only 2. Even if you don't micro it, apparently only 2. This Oracle got nothing done either, so good defense here out of Ratata, who now should be capable of just pushing out drone after drone after drone. Is getting the +1 melee already as well on this Evo chamber, which is going to hopefully allow him to do something useful with that eventually, whether it's going to be Baneling run-bys or just big Ling floods. Whatever it is, these Lings are going to be a lot stronger. Third Oracle coming in right now, so the second Oracle tries to pop in. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. This Oracle later will come back for more. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11. I don't know anything that rhymes with 11. But that was a bad little sequence there. Individual Oracles just dealing damage. because Ratata wasn't paying attention. Bad Overlord spread towards the far right. There's 3 Overlords idling here. There's no Phoenix or Void Ray, so having them idle in above creep is unnecessary. Actually a pretty significant error there. That's going to cost them quite a bit. Not seeing that third Oracle come in means that he moved out of position for the second one as well. Spore wasn't ready, and honestly the early game kind of fell apart there. 17 kills in the first 6 minutes. That's not worth 1 Oracle. As we do have a 4-gas opener coming out of MaxPax, following it up with a second Forge as well as 6 gate. So it's going to be 6 gate double Forge and then into a fast Fort base. We already have a probe in position, ready to throw it down. Double Oracles once again, just individually dealing damage. 10 worker kills on this bad boy, 6 on this one. That brings the total up to 22 worker kills, and in any normal game, this should be pretty much game over, I think. There's very little games in which a 22 worker kill isn't going to just straight up end it. So there is a chance for this melee attacks level 1 kind of timing to do something here. If you catch your opponent off guard without the oracles nearby, you can get a pretty good trade. Don't forget, Ratata is also on a low gas count. I'm counting 4 gases here on the mini-map. So these 2 aren't taken yet. And neither are these 2. So mineral income is actually quite okay, despite him being down in workers. Baneling Nest is on the way, as well as +2. And these are some big upgrades. Like the Baneling Nest with the +2 can really deal a lot of damage. These links are in a bit of trouble, actually. There's 5 force shields that go down there. Link run by happening near the fort base. Should try and fight this cannon. Maybe just go for a probe or 2. We'll get 2 probes. As this is a round and a half, perhaps going to be capable of taking out 2 of these stalkers here. Oracle saving the rest of the army. Here comes... Ooh, a surround! If the rest of the links would have showed up as well here, I think this could have been an insanely good fight for Ratata. I think he realizes now what he just let go. What an error. What a massive error. Once again, it's going to go for it, but this time new stalkers coming in for the reinforcements. Oracles have a little bit of energy again and will deter those links for now. But that was an opportunity, a missed opportunity for Ratata. Big mistake here. +2 halfway done on the melee, which means that Baneling run-bys probably are going to be starting soon. And something that MaxPax will need to take care of. Wouldn't mind seeing another Oracle whenever you play against Ravager Link Bane with a mass Stalker composition. I think adding in more Oracles is a good safety play in general. This might be a snipe here actually on this base. Not so sure if he's gonna get it. I think he will. Not the end of the world. 65 workers can just kind of transition over towards this fort and take that one instead. Lots of Stalkers will go down. This base under fire as well though, as 6 Chargelet Zealots. Well, when they walked in they didn't have charge. Now they do have charge. Are going to take out this bad boy. Stalker still trying to run away as there's no oracles to kind of save him. These roaches dealing a lot of damage. These links with the melee upgrades also just doing fairly well. These zealots will get taken out, but two bases going down will lower the mineral income, especially that Ratata was hoping for. 8 gas on the way for MaxPax and on 81 workers. So a fairly secure future here for the Danish Crown Prince, as he is setting up for a successful mid-game. Pretty much skipped the mid-game. Like, this is going to be the only mid-game fight in which I have some hope for Ratata, because if he doesn't do any damage here, it's not going to do any damage after either. Baneling's getting connections with Stalkers is usually not quite what you want. Link's trying to move forward. No battery to defend the fort. More Banelings moving in right now. Ravagers in position as well. Zealots in trouble. That warping gets cancelled. A couple of bows will rain down on those Stalkers. Ratata doing it. 74 army supply still alive against 42. Oracles completely out of energy, and I think this fort base is complete toast at this point. At the same time, this base also kind of in shambles. Queens try to come in and save it. 6 more roaches, 10 more links will come in. Drones being taken out as they're transferring over, but I do believe that this was a very, very successful engagement for our Zerg player, who's going to stay alive for a little bit longer in this game. Taking out 13 workers, taking out a fort base. Yes, MaxPax still has a superior amount of workers, but he's actually down 2 bases currently. So if Ratata adds like 10, 12 drones here, goes up to 75, 76, tries to transition into a hive, I think his spot is actually quite good and fairly playable. Yep, there we go. 14 drones immediately going up to the magical 70. If you're only working off of 4 gas, 74, so 77 workers is fabulous. That's basically, what, like 5 base saturation once your main base runs out, no? I can't count, maybe. Almost. Maybe you need slightly more, like 80? 80-ish with 4 gas, I think it's fine if your main base has run out already. Do you have any oversaturation? Not really. Okay, maybe I actually can't count it all. Never mind. I said nothing. You know what? I said nothing. Oh, no, wait. This is only 68. I was looking at the wrong numbers here. It actually is just going to be 70. Yeah. No, so if you get 80 workers, you're going to be 5 base saturated. So look at the mineral income right now for a little bit. It's going to be fairly similar. It's going to be up to like 3k here. Yeah, 3k-ish for Ratata. Low gas count. Still enough, of course, to continuously morph in those Banes. 16 Banes is nothing to laugh at. Storm is out, though, and so is this forward base. Could start mining gas again. Have a 5th base over here, which could get run by here by these roaches and lynx. This is an awkward angle. I would love for Ratata to just go into this base. He probably doesn't believe that his opponent... Wait, what? I think he just scouted that there were Archons here. He should be going towards the left side base at this moment. This is such a hard angle to engage into. I really believe that this is so open. This 3rd base is so easy to attack right now here for Ratata. And all of these probes should be going down here right away. Do get pulled away, but yeah, +2 Banes. They pack a freaking punch. Good control as well on those Banes. Micros in, micros out. Trying to connect with anything that moves, especially units with energy, of course, as every single Templar here morphs into an Archon. And this base will get taken out. 19 probes die as well. And now we have a surround on those Archons. MaxPax with one of the greatest starts that I've ever seen in this matchup. Now struggling to stay alive in this game. Salad Rumbites are helping him out and will eventually force this army to return back home. Or force this army to attack into a super battery. And I don't think this army wants to do either right now. Roaches at home will deal with the threat eventually. There's still a lot of cash in the bank for MaxPax, who's also still on 4 bases. So it's not the end of the world for Max, but taking a pretty darn big hit over here. I really believe that Dragonscale is by far the hardest map to defend things on. It is so ridiculously difficult. I cannot stress enough how hard it is to defend any Zerg attack on this map whatsoever. And we're seeing MaxPax struggle. He had good supply every single time, every single fight, had good tech. I mean, beautiful upgrades. We're working with 2-2 here against +2. Range units don't even have any upgrades, and this is still a significant roach force at 26. Yes, the Banelings deal majority of the damage, but if you have 26 roaches, surely you'd like to have... Actually, he has 1 upgrade. But you still rather have +2 upgrades. There's no carapace at all. So yeah, just shows how solid Zerg is on this map. This will get cleaned up, though. Oracle's coming in handy. These 2 bad boys have really changed the outcome of this game. 14 kills, 17 kills, respectively. As a drone comes in from the side, trying to hug the Stalkers. But Stalkers are not here for hugs, they're here to kill stuff. So the drone also gets taken out. Another Zealot run by gets sent in. What is the worker skill count? 51 to 43. So both players are, yeah, not great when it comes to the labor laws. Let's put it like that. I don't think they would survive in today's society as employers. It's like half of their workforce died on the job in less than 14 minutes. This is not a good sign for your company. This is not the 1800s anymore, my friends. The Victorian era has passed. Banelings moving forward. Trying to get connections with probes. Got connections with Archons instead. Not a good type of connection. No spark there. Oh, actually, quite a few sparks as there was storm being cast upon them, but not the good type of spark. Where they're in love and stay together forever, no. Banelings exploded and died. Very sad for them, but good for the Archons. They just heal up with the battery and go on with their merry day. Big run by being set up to the far right side. Couple of Banes can deal with this, of course, because it is mainly a Zealot army. Always gotta be so careful against this type of group. You have like these rogue Banelings in there. You're not entirely aware they're even mixed in, and you move in with 12 Zealots, lose all of them to 5 Banes. It's like, well, guess I should have paid more attention. Some of the skins of the Banelings make it really difficult to spot them. It really is a difficult thing to do. Infestation Pit here being thrown down in the main base, as we have +2 range as well coming out. Couple more Banes, that's 5. Ravagers throwing down their bows on top of this Archon army. One Archon goes down. Next Archon could get shot as well. Big storms here on top of all of these Lings, on top of these Ravagers. Look at these Banes coming in for a flank, wanting to hit those High Templar. That much is clear. Here we go. Will they get the connections that they need? No, they don't quite get the connections that they need. But Storm, except for one, has run out right now. One more Storm, one more Storm, one more. There we go. Right on top of the Rotors, right on top of the Ravagers. But once again, it is Ratata who kind of feels victorious after this engagement. Resources lost so darn close, despite the upgrade lead, despite the constant storm here that MaxPax is running around with. Does kill 6 workers. MaxPax up in... This is so rare to see. It's like the roles are reversed. The Protoss is trading poorly, but has a lot of workers. And the Zerg is, you know, has kind of this semi-efficient army over here that is dealing a lot of damage when I feel like it really shouldn't. Ling run by towards the top side, and these Zealots are too well upgraded. I don't think you can fight this. Is there Adrenal? There's no Adrenal. With Adrenal, I think the Lings would have won this fairly easily, but without Adrenal, it's gonna suck. Yeah, Hive is gonna start right away. The Ravagers come in here, and we'll take out this, what is this, the 6th base or so? Yeah, it does look like the 6th base. It's gonna be taken out. That's painful because there's a lot of workers, but there's not enough bases to really mine from, it feels like often. Minor oversaturation, minor oversaturation. Maybe it's okay to be on 5 for now. There's no storms available in this army, in this comp. One storm perhaps here soon. One more Templar does get taken out, I think, before that ever really happened. 4 probes just went down. Here come the Lings once again. Will take care of all of these probes and these Zealots as well. I think this is enough Lings. We have more of them coming in as well. Oracle's moving towards the top right. The Zealot gets blasted. Roach Ravager makes their way back out on the map. This has been a very good trade here for Ratata. Really making every single unit count. Now sending them back in, trying his best. These Oracles still going ham though with their pulsar beams, but this base should end up dying. I don't think there's anything that MaxPax can do to save it. And that means it's going to be 4 base against 6 base. So even if you have more workers, if you can't mine with your workers, that is generally considered an issue. And right now it is 2 base saturation against 1, 2.5. 2.5, I guess. 3-ish. And we see in the income as well that Ratata actually outmining his opponent, despite being down 5 workers. This could turn into a massive Bane run by as well. Yeah, that would be huge here. I love that these Lings are just going into spot first, making sure, hey, is there anything there? Like, yeah, there's something there. Gave her life for a useful task. Uh-oh, more Banelings coming in. Not enough Banes on the left side, though, means that these Lings, or sorry, these probes get to escape. That could have been a game changer if you take 15, 16 workers out here. That would be fairly bad. Let's take a look at the first person for MaxPax. Is not paying attention to his 4th base. Does get a Zealot Warp in here. Loses 14 probes. Oi, 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 oi. Oh, 16 probes go down. Lings in the main base. Need to deal with these Zealots. Another Archon run by going towards the 6th as well. This run by is going to get cleaned up eventually. As we see MaxPax picking it up and sending it into the natural immediately. Continues his aggressive rotation. Stakes out the 6th base. Needs to be so darn careful. There's a couple of storms here on these Templar. I can't quite see how many we have. I think we have 2 per Templar. Yeah, so 5 more storms available. Is the Baneling count good enough? Yeah. We're at 9. I don't think this position is good enough. That's a real issue. 1 good storm. Can we get a 2nd good storm? 1 Templar goes down. The one I think had 2 storms remaining. So that was the absolute final storm in this fight. And here come the Adrenal Glands, but Archon's still alive for now. GG gets called. MaxPax with his, what felt like his final push, wins this game just before Adrenal finishes, just before +3 finishes for Ratata as well, who was on 6 bases but could not hold the pressure that the Dane put on him. That's going to be the end to this very aggressive game between these 2 players. Fantastic little stuff. Thanks everyone so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Bye bye.